What is going on, everybody? I'm B Red.
Let's see. There's a right way to do this.
Did you do it? I gotta move this. I'm gonna put this paper on the floor. But I'm B Red,
And this is Postman.
and this is Poor Therapy.
Poor therapy.
And the whole point of this is just to talk, and if anybody wants to join us and they want to talk and get whatever situation, whatever they're going through, and they need some poor therapy or another person's opinion, we're happy to give it. But yeah, that's basically it. But
We're alone again.
yeah, so couldn't get a hold of Blake, which is not surprising. I love Blake and everything, but he's not the most reliable. Uh, he, I'm gonna call him out on this. He says he's busy all the time, but I guarantee you, I can go on PlayStation Network and he's sitting there playing God of War, because that's usually what he does. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna force him to do something he don't want to do. So, but yeah. Um, my day was pretty. I wouldn't say it was stressful, but it wasn't really a fun day. So, woke up today. I was gonna mow, and then we were getting ready for the horse farrier. That's somebody that cuts like horse hooves and puts shoes and stuff on them. And Carmen's been dying to get her horse shoed ever since we got it. Her last horse passed away, just for people that don't know, and we got this horse in November, and it was all skin and bones. And she put a bunch of money into fattening it up. The like a gallon of this one stuff that she was mixing in with the grain was like $80, and she would go through that in like a week. So she was racking up some pretty good money, just trying to fatten this thing up. And today we found out that it has I can't remember what it's called. It's a genetic disease or whatever for its leg. So uh, we have to make the decision on whether to keep it or not. But I'm gonna let her make that decision. Me personally, if I can't use the animal or whatever, it's
What good are you?
I mean, basically, like
Off to the glue factory.
like because my motto is like, if she wanted a horse, we'd get a horse, and she could do whatever she wanted with it or whatever. And I don't like just like things to go to waste. So like horses that are field ornaments and stuff like that, I don't like that. So, but I told her, if she wanted the horse to be a field ornament, because that's basically what it will be, until the disease gets so bad that it just can't move, and then it falls down, can't get back up. So, I mean, that's eventually what's going to happen. But yeah, I'm gonna let her make that decision on her own, and we'll see what she decides to do and whatnot. But she cried for a little bit. It's pretty hurtful for her because, like, she did have an emotional bond with the horse, and this is something that she's always wanted to do. So I can understand, like, being upset about it. Um, but I mean, yeah, we'll get through it. Just really the only way to.
If you knew that you had a like genetic disease,
A funny thing about that, I think I do have a genetic disease, because my back every now and then, my lower back, like, messes up. So, and I thought about it for a while, like I might have that genetic disc disease or whatever it is, because it only happens after I play pickleball. And then for like a couple days after I play pickleball, my back it'll like, I'll get like that ache in the very bottom of my back to where, like, nothing I can do can feel comfortable. You watching a bee?
Yeah.
Just leave it alone.
It's a wasp. Thank you.
Just leave it alone.
Not a bee.
But yeah, I honestly think I do have that, but I'm not gonna worry about it until I have to worry about it. So until then, I'll just keep putting that icy hot on it and just keep living my life until I can't.
No, it's back to my question that you interrupted.
My bad.
If you knew you had a genetic disease and you knew that your kids were going to get it, would you still decide to have kids? I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. If I knew I had like something that was like detrimental to them in their later years or something, I probably wouldn't try to have kids. Because I mean, that's just putting pain and suffering on them later on.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, technology now is getting to be pretty crazy. So the genetic stuff we have, maybe in 20 years won't be here. Which I wrote down one thing. Let me find my paper.
You got politics?
Just a tiny little bit, but not a lot. Oh, so scientists edited the genes of 2 wolves, and they took the genes and they looked at direwolf genes. You know what a direwolf is?
Let me wait for you to talk about this.
Well, I was going to talk about it on our last one, but then we had the last podcast, and I was like, well, hold off. But they edited the genes of the wolves to mimic the direwolf. So they're still wolves. They just have traits of direwolves. So if they continue to breed them, which I don't know if they're sterile.
Yeah, I asked the same question.
Yeah, so I'd have to look into that, because if they can breed and they keep those same traits, like eventually, like who knows, maybe we'll breed back the dire wolves, which would be pretty cool. But that's just another thing, like how technology is getting. It's getting pretty crazy.
How long do you think we have Jurassic Park?
I'm hoping within my lifetime. I'd like to see a Velociraptor.
Would you go to a Jurassic Park?
Yeah, we've talked about this.
Oh,
I know. It was like maybe 10 episodes ago. we talked about the Jurassic Park thing.
Okay.
But yeah, I would definitely like to see him.
So who did this?
The scientist?
Yeah. Where are they located?
I don't know. I didn't write that down.
Take a guess.
Russians. Was that right?
No.
No?
Texas.
Texas? Oh, okay.
America did it.
Whoa. You want to hear something? I think that's hilarious.
Tell me.
All right. So right now we're going through this whole tariff war thing.
Okay.
So about a week ago, Chinese manufacturers and factory owners and everything have been uploading videos to TikTok and YouTube. And what they've done is they're selling the same stuff that all the big American companies buy. So like all the, big name brand of clothes, the sporting goods, like everything, like the couches, like all the huge name brand stuff that if you go to a store, it's going to cost you a good little bit. What they did is they put it on their website that they'll sell you the same quality clothes just without the name and the brand of the American thing. And this is kind of backfiring on American companies and stuff, like the huge purse companies and stuff that sell their purses for like thousands of dollars, and really they're just buying it from a company in China for like $30. And it's happening to like a bunch of them. Like I can't name any of them because, by my luck, they'll send me a cease and desist letter.
Wouldn't there be like trademark or copyright on like?
So they can only trademark and copyright the emblem and their like tag. Because if all the stuff is made by the manufacturers in China, they can't copyright that. Now, if they have like a design of like some shirt or whatever, but most of the shit that China sells is mass produced by like shirts. Like they'll make like thousands and thousands of these shirts, and then let's say like the big company or whatever is like, oh, you know what? We'll take 1,000 of those shirts, slap our emblem on it, and then that's what they do. But then all these Chinese manufacturers and everything, because all the American companies are trying to make the Chinese factories and manufacturers foot the bill of the tariff because they don't want to have to pay it. And then all these Chinese companies are like, no, we're not doing that. And then they put out all these, like, I've probably seen like 100 videos.
I don't know how it works.
Different.
I don't know how it works like with clothes, but you mentioned purses. Like the design of the purse has to belong to the company, not the factory.
The video I watched,
was it TikTok?
Yes. But the video I watched, it was a ABC News thing, and they were talking about God, what's that company? Some company that's based out in Italy, and they do produce some of their purses and shit in Italy, but 60% of their purses that they also sell come from some factory in China. And then they were the Chinese or whatever put out all those videos, and now it's like,
but it doesn't matter where the thing is made or who makes it necessarily. It's saying, who owns the design of the product. Like, it's bootleg is what it is.
Yeah,
it's bootleg shit that you're buying, which is, I thought, illegal to do.
Well, I wrote down a whole bunch of websites, and I'm hoping Christmas is going to be a little cheaper this year. I thought about buying this one phone so I could just have for the podcast, like, just so I can always have like my phone, like in case like I need to, do like, look up something or this or that. Then I can just have a podcast phone just to keep plugged up in here and everything. And they got some nice phones that are like $100. And I was like, man, like that is so tempting.
Especially with tech. Yeah, there's no way this is all legal.
I don't know if it's legal, but they're doing it.
I mean,
and I was like checking all the comments just to see if it was like real and everything. But I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny, like how all this is kind of coming about. And the problem, like I get it, like Trump's trying to drum up the manufacturing to come back here. But the problem is, it's like a huge majority of the manufacturing now is robots. Like that's a huge majority of like the big manufacturing.
I mean, yeah. So what's your point?
So the thing is like you're like, what do you think's gonna happen when you try to get those jobs back? They're just gonna be filled with robots. You're not making more jobs for people.
I mean, you are.
I mean, maybe like
you got the people that maintain the robots.
The small amount of jobs, but it's not like what everybody thinks.
It's still a lot of jobs. You still have like quality control. Someone's still got to press a button and watch over everything. Like there aren't just empty factories going at it 24/7. Like people are there. And then you have different technicians for different machines. So like one technician, just because he knows how to work on this arm, and doesn't mean he's going to know how to work on like this press. So it's a different technician.
Yeah, you're all right. I didn't think about that.
And not only that, but like most of the shit that like is produced in a factory, like can't be fucking handmade, dude.
Yeah,
Like imagine if you were given all the materials to make a book,
I can make a book.
would it be as good or as professional
I
as
mean, it might not be as good or professional, but I could definitely make a book.
okay. I was just trying to keep it simple. Make a cell phone.
I don't think I could. Well, I couldn't even fix the baby's iPad that she broke.
Dude,
I took that thing apart. I watched every single YouTube video I could find. I did exactly what they did, like move this, move that. Now I put it back together. Still didn't work. So I was like, oh, so I just gave up. But yeah, I get what you're saying. But it's still crazy, and it just seems like it's something every day. That's one reason why. Like I think this week has been the longest week I've went without looking at like new stuff and like what's going on around the world.
How do you feel?
I think I feel a little better. Like I don't know. I just think like I was getting like kind of burnt out of oh, this is happening this day, and then oh this is happening that day, and then it's just like I don't know. It's just a lot. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not gonna look up anything. If I find out about stuff, then I find out about stuff. But if not, oh well. Which I did find out that where was you stationed at in Alaska?
Awesome.
All right, that's nowhere near Anchorage.
No, that's Elmendorf.
Oh, okay. Well, they're all the people in Anchorage right now are being alerted and everything because there's a volcano. I wrote down the name of the mountain. Give me a second. Mount Spur.
Okay.
So Mount Spur is supposed to erupt within this year. They're not sure like exactly when, but like it keeps having like huge
Seismic.
seismic. I couldn't think of the word activity and everything. So they
I went to say feudal Japan earlier. I said pseudo Japan.
yeah.
I just could not get the word feudal.
But yeah, so everybody in Anchorage or whatever is on alert. And apparently that volcano erupts like every 100 years or something. So it must not be that bad. If it's,
I don't think it's like
I don't think it's like a continent killer or
no.
anything.
No.
It's gonna be crazy when Yellowstone goes.
You think it's going to happen?
I think eventually it will.
I don't know. You think it's going to happen in our lifetime?
I don't think it'll happen in our lifetime.
I don't know.
Well, the scientists and stuff said it's like within 100,000 years. So I mean, from now to 100,000 years is a pretty long time. But I don't think it will erupt within our lifetime.
So I got asked a question today, and I'm going to ask it to you.
Okay.
If you could live anywhere at any point in time,
Oh, okay.
and it's like you have to live your full life there.
Dang, that's a hard one. What did you choose? Because I mean, if I think about it, I wouldn't want to live like back in the pirate days.
So anything like all right. So I mean, I already kind of said it. Feudal Japan would be interesting.
Yeah.
Like almost at any point in the Roman Empire would be pretty interesting. During the Renaissance,
I don't know. To be a Roman, like
Greece, fucking Britain. I wouldn't go to Russia at any point in time. But I said Vikings, which the guy I was talking to, I quickly realized that my knowledge on factual Viking history is very poor. I know the religion very well, but not actual history. So
Yeah.
I'm going to deep dive into some Viking history. But then I said the 1950s, right after World War II. Like, I'm white, so I mean, there's that.
That was a good time to be white.
Everything's going great. Looking up. Uh, yeah, we're about to go to the moon. We still got showers and soap and deodorant. All right, but let's say instead of want to, if you had to, like you didn't have a choice that you were going somewhere.
I think I would choose. Honestly, I would choose back when apparently Jesus walked the earth.
One of my buddies said that. Yeah.
Yeah, just to see, like, for my own eyes, like who he was, what he was, like,
I want to see him do some magic, dude. Shit.
Yeah.
I'd be like, make some wine.
So
give me some bread.
So I would choose that time, just to, see if the whole, thing is real or not. Because that's what always that's what gets me for some reason. Like, I'm just like, what if the religion that you're worshiping is all made up, and I cannot get that, like, past, like, my mind or whatever. So I would do that. But yeah. How was your day today?
I did some mowing, not
Okay.
all of it. Some of it. We gotta fix the audio on mine.
What was it doing?
I'm echoing. No. We ain't gotta do it right now.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. It's just if I talk loud, I can hear it.
All right. Well, I'll make sure to turn down your audio. But continue telling me about your day.
I mowed. I worked out. Oh, I took a nap. I mowed, nap, worked out. Played Elden Ring for a little bit with another buddy of mine. And then I came here.
Okay.
Now I'm playing 3 different games right now with 3 different people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got Minecraft Dungeons with you.
Yeah.
I got Elden Ring with that guy. And then me and my workout buddy are playing something too.
Okay.
We were playing Rogue Trader, but
what is that?
And it's
too hard to.
It's way too hard to describe.
Okay.
So we're scrapping that, and we're gonna play Dying Light, the first one.
Okay, that was a good game.
Yeah,
I actually like that one a lot. I don't really like the second one too much.
Never played the second one, and I only ever did the base game of the first one. I never did the DLC.
I did, but I can't remember much of it. But I had somebody ask me today, why do I keep doing this?
The
podcast, yeah. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And he was like, well, why do you keep doing it? Like, you're not making any money out of it. You're not, like, ultra famous or anything. And I was like, well, that's not really the point. I was like, yeah, if those things, like, happen, like, that's all the better. But I'm not doing this for any fame or to get ultra rich or anything like that. I was like, this is for me to get better at talking, to have a connection with other people, to, just try to work on myself. I was like, if you're doing stuff just for money and fame, I was like, you're gonna burn out on it. You're not gonna, there's very few that can, make it that far, but that's not my goal. And then he was like, oh, well, if I was doing something like that, I would only spend my time, if I was actually, getting money and this and that. And I was like, worst case scenario is, me and Sean get closer. I have a time capsule of whatever we talk about for my loved ones or whatever. If something happens, I was like, there's other, benefits to it.
Yeah.
And then I kind of stumped him a little bit, but
You get tired of doing this?
no, I mean, there's some days where I'm just like, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. And then I'm like, all right, Brad, just do it. I was like, what else are you gonna do? You just gonna sit inside, go to sleep?
It's only an hour.
Yeah. That's what I
like. And then if I do put in like any time into it to like research or whatever, it's only a couple hours.
Yeah.
It's not like it's like a fucking job, you
No.
know. I mean, we could treat it like a job, but
I don't want to get burnt out on it and everything.
I'm good.
Because I already hate my job. But and another thing is like, I don't know where this is going.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I wanted
just kind of.
I wanted to talk to you about that. Actually, I don't want to do it on live.
Well, I thought about it after our last podcast, and I was like, like, I don't really have a roadmap or anything.
Yeah.
So just kind of doing it, talking to who we talk to, and it just goes wherever it goes. But I did like the last part of the podcast when all y'all were getting
deep.
Yeah, like deep and everything, and sharing your stories, and I was just like, dang, okay, like it was like a good like vibe or like whatever it was, but yeah, I did like that. But yeah.
I almost didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
Until I think it was either you or Blake that like asked me directly.
I can't remember who.
And I'd have to rewatch it, and I was just like, "Well, here we go."
Well, since we went over the 2-hour mark, I have to edit it myself. Oh my god! So I was trying to edit on CapCut. All right,
dude.
And I had a bunch of the edits.
Did we not buy Vegas Pro for you?
No.
Oh, we need to do that.
Well, I might just send it to you and then let you do it. But so I put it in CapCut.
Okay.
I cut up. I had like, I think it was like 14 or 15 clips, and then I went to save it. And when I went to save it, I hit the import button instead of the save button or whatever, and erased it all. And I spent like most of the morning Wednesday because I had to go through the episode, and it's 2 hours long. And then I had to go through it again and like pick the clip points and stuff. And I was like, oh my! After that, I just turned off the computer and I was done. And then freaking Reddit. All right, so I made another Reddit page for the podcast. I did not put anything for promoting. Like I put questions like, I'm trying to remember the questions I put, because you need three posts in order for it to be put into the community mashup or whatever you want to call it, so people can see it. And the questions I put were like, do you think you would like this? Like stuff like that. Like no promoting at all. And then later on the day I get back on because I was going to like try to put another post just to try to drum up more views and, see if I can get people to comment on it and whatnot. And it was like, your page has been banned. And it doesn't tell me why. It just says it's banned. And then now when I try to make another account, I'm banned on the one that I'm in, and it won't let me log out. So I don't know. I guess I'm gonna need your help or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Because I tried to log out and just make another one, and I was gonna, because the one I made was the Poor Therapy.
Yeah.
After Poor Therapy got banned, so now I got to make another one. It's so I just don't get it. I'm gonna need some Reddit user to baby step me the whole way.
I wonder if there's a way to get it like unbanned.
I tried. I tried to go to the appeal thing, and there's no appeal. Like, there's nowhere you can click. All it says is something about you signed the user agreement. Blah 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 blah. Your account has been banned. I'll have to show it to you. But I was
Won't
like,
even let you log out.
I know it won't, because I tried to log out and delete the account and just make a new one, like I did with the last one that got banned.
Yeah.
And it won't let me log out. It's holding me hostage.
All right, what else you got?
All right. So Indiana, you know where that's at?
The state?
Yeah.
Yes, I drove through there.
All right. Well, they just banned it.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Okay.
Where is Indiana?
Somewhere in like the west of America. I think.
Is it?
You might have to Google it. I can't remember all the states anymore.
Because there's like 3 I's. You got Indiana, Iowa, Illinois.
Wherever in Indiana.
I think
is.
Indiana's on the west coast. I think it's between Washington and Montana. I think.
I was gonna say Oregon, maybe.
No, Oregon's.
Is Oregon a state?
Yeah.
I thought so. I couldn't remember.
Portland's the city.
But they banned using food stamps to buy candy. So if you live in Indiana, you can't buy soda and you can't buy candy anymore.
Good. Fuck them.
Well, I think the main health reason in America is everything's got sugar in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they've proven that, like, you know, Alzheimer's, dementia, you know, all that crap is caused by too much sugar. Because this new artificial sugar shit that they got, your body can't process it. It's not like sugar cane where your body can process it. I don't know what kind of sugar they got. What is it? High fructose syrup or whatever it is. That's the sugar they use.
Corn syrup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your body has trouble processing that.
Hang on. So we talk about history a little bit. I realized that before Pearl Harbor, like, I don't know anything about Hawaii. Like, I don't know I don't know when it became part of the United States. I don't know anything about the, I guess, tribes, the natives.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know anything.
I don't know anything either. I got a buddy that's from there.
It's like Hawaii, to me, didn't exist until Pearl Harbor happened.
Well, I mean, that's what kind of brought them into the scope, I guess.
I mean,
I'm gonna have to Google that. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know much about that either.
I think it just, I don't know. It's so weird because it's like, you would think that the history of the natives and whatnot, it would be considered American history, so it would be more.
Well, they kind of got adopted in.
You could say that
because
about
they're not.
You could say that about every state.
Yeah, but Hawaii isn't a state, is it?
Is it?
It's not. It's it's like Puerto Rico. They're like a territory of America. You might have to Google this.
Let me get my phone. All right.
Because I'm not 100%,
Right.
but I'm pretty certain it is.
I thought Hawaii was a state.
Oh, you want to know what's kind of pissing me off a little bit? The censorship on fucking TikTok.
Became a state, the 50th state in August 1959.
All right, my bad, Hawaiians. You're not a territory. God, that just shows how dumb I am.
Yeah, my wife just said Hawaii is a state, you dumbasses.
I need to brush up on my history and everything.
You got me questioning if Hawaii was a state, man. I was like, shit. But that means that they weren't a state when Pearl Harbor happened.
Yeah. Maybe that happened, and then they was like, you know what? You're with us. Oh, but what I was saying, what's been irritating me here recently is the censorship on TikTok.
Okay, why?
So I've noticed anytime that we bring up offing yourself or uh, anything about like the Middle East or anything, our lives and everything instantly get a view restriction.
Hmm.
So that means like people won't see it. And the first time it happened, I was like, oh, maybe, whatever. But every time we've went into these directions or whatever, everything gets view restricted. So I don't know. That just kind of rubs me wrong. I guess it irritates me a little bit because TikTok used to not be like that, but then all of a sudden, ever since
It got popular.
ever since it got shut down, and then Trump wants to own half of it, it's became like extremely censored because it wasn't like that before. And I can definitely tell the difference from my videos because I used to get like videos from everywhere. Now it's like in just little areas. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but it didn't change until after it came back online. When the American servers, what are they called? Oracle, I think, is the ones that process the American servers. It's some tech giant in Texas. They're the ones who took over.
Also, I'm supposed to say, we talked about taxes last time, and you said that you put all your tax papers
I did.
into Chat GPT,
Yeah.
and you think that's a good idea.
I mean, regardless, they're gonna find out.
Who's they?
Whoever wants them. All of our Social Security numbers got leaked. You don't think?
But you're just giving it away.
I'm not giving.
You're just like, here I am,
I'm not-
world.
I'm not giving it away. I'm just like, the who owns ChatGPT? The
OpenAI.
OpenAI. So yeah, so they got my information. But if they wanted that, I mean, they can get it pretty easy. I throw away all my shit.
You're gonna get your identity stolen.
I've already got it stolen.
And you're just like, it is what it is.
So it's happened twice.
Taking no measures to prevent that.
My identity has been stolen twice, and I've had all my banks and stuff frozen. Last time it happened, like big time happened, was like 3 years ago. I woke up and all my stuff was frozen. Nothing worked, and I was like, "What in the world?" And I called my bank, and they was like, "Yeah, somebody's got your identity, and we just froze everything." Then I had to go through, get all new accounts, and then I have all my stuff on auto pay. I had to change all that stuff. So yeah, it's just just something in life that happens. So
Has anyone stolen your Social Security?
I don't think so, but I'm sure it's out there. I mean, everybody's Social Security got leaked when that one thing happened. Something happened, but I can't exactly remember what. You have to Google it. But everybody's Social Security did get leaked, but I don't remember from what. I just remember reading it and everybody was upset, and then I was like, "Fuck it." But yeah,
I don't know about this.
why?
For one, I don't know how true that is.
Well, Google it. Google, did everybody's Social Security number
all right
get hacked or whatever? It was some. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering something, but I'm pretty certain it was.
It hasn't been confirmed that
Okay.
the Social Security number of every American was leaked.
It was like 300 something million Social Security numbers.
Over 270 million.
Yeah, that's America right there.
May have had their Social Security number leaked on the dark web.
That's them telling you it leaked.
Involved the National Public Data, which performs background checks.
Yeah, so all of our shit's out there. Doesn't really matter. At least that's my motto for it.
How can you be so careless about something like that, but then you're like, sugar? Oh my god, that's the worst thing there is.
It's my brain. It's how my brain.
You're just like, fuck my identity. Go get a car in my name. Go get a house in my name. I don't know what else.
Pay, as long as they pay it, I don't care. I'm fine with that if they can make the payments.
What's the worst thing you could do with someone's identity?
Probably kill somebody and then try to
Leave a social security number at the crime scene?
Well, no, like let's say like take somebody's identity and they live like that life as them. Then all their neighbors are like, "Oh yeah, that's Bradley," but then his real name is like something else, and then he commits a murder or whatever, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Bradley did it." That's what I would. That would think.
I'm pretty sure it'd be very quickly that they would know that, like, oh yeah, the real Bradley did not do this.
Yeah, you might have a point.
You know what? Yeah, got Google. What's the worst thing that can happen?
Probably just your bank stuff gets frozen like mine did.
What's the worst thing that can happen when your social security number gets stolen?
What does it say?
I mean, it's mostly just to do with like finances.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. And I'm already poor, so I don't really care. If I was some ultra millionaire or something like that, I'd probably care a little more. But I don't.
But you're like, sugar
Well, yeah. I mean, that's poisoning us.
or government conspiracies or
I mean, are they though? Because a lot of them has been coming true.
you think how do you feel about the moon landing?
Didn't I tell you about this like 3 episodes ago that I watched that one SpaceX video and they were like, "Oh, it's fake," and then I went through a rabbit hole and I was watching all those videos
Yeah.
about like the moon landing. I don't know. I'm kind of still on the. Well, did you see the newest that orbiting Jeff Bezos video he put out?
Mm-mm.
All right, so he took 6, it might have been 5 or 6 women into space.
Yeah.
To orbit the Earth or whatever, and Katy Perry was one of them, and then a bunch of these other women. But everybody's saying it's fake because, for one of the women have boob implants, and apparently in space that does something to boob implants or something. Like they, I guess, pop or something. And she came back just fine, and I don't have any science to back any of that up. I was just, listening to what this dude was saying. But another thing is there was no burn marks in the capsule. You would think the capsule coming down, re-entering through our atmosphere, all that friction, coming down, there'd be burn marks. Solid white. So, I mean, I don't know if, like, this capsule is made of something that just can't be burnt or, there's no traces of it being burnt.
Did they do like a SpaceX, or do they do like traditional where they go up in a shuttle and come down in a pod?
No, they I don't know, honestly. I just watched a video where they came down in a pod.
Mm.
I'll have to look that up. But another reason is when you're in that capsule or whatever, it's the people were saying like it's pressure regulated, so you can't open it up from the inside. And right before they were going to open it, the girls opened it up from the inside. And then people were like, "Oh, that's fake. That's fake. There's no way." But another thing that I thought was funny is Jeff Bezos fell trying to get to the pod to open it. I just thought that was hilarious. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like these, like I want it to happen because I want space travel and all that. Eventually, we'll just going through space, like visiting moons and rocks and planets and stuff. I think that'd be cool. And I think that like that's what humans need in order to branch out. So like hopefully, 1,000 years from now, my I don't know, great grandson, be up there in space just flying around. But what kind of life would that be? Can you imagine just being stuck on a spaceship? And your whole life would just be going to work every day, wherever your work area would be. Let's say like you're making sure the systems work to recycle the air, or the water, or this or that.
So you think that we'll have like colony ships instead of like
I mean, basically that
like personal ships?
We'll definitely won't have personal ships. They'll either be like some type of huge company ship that does mining at first, and then eventually we'll get like colony ships to where we're either sending people to Mars or this moon or that moon. But that'd be kind of crazy. Like your whole life just living on this ship floating through space. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of insane.
Would you do a generation ship? You know what that is?
No, you're gonna have to explain that to me.
So like cryo sleep doesn't exist yet.
Yeah.
Yet, anyways. And so like the only way that we could get from
just
like,
having families on ships.
Yes, and you just keep reproducing,
Nah.
keep reproducing.
I'd rather just stay on Earth and die.
And eventually, like a generation will reach the destination.
Yeah.
But like you would spend your whole life just on this spaceship. I mean, that'd be pretty dope. The views would be
good. And I mean, like, the exploration and stuff, like if you got to go by a planet or, stuff like that, that'd be pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. But you got to think of all the time just sitting in a bunk or, doing your job. Like, I hate working the time I have to work now.
You don't think that, like, you'd have, like, all right, we're talking a generation ship.
Yeah, so I mean, they'll probably have like an amusement park or something like that. But you can only go to amusement parks so many times before you
right. But you're going to have your own house essentially.
I mean, a dorm room maybe.
Probably a flat of some type, like multi-room.
You might have like one bedroom and a bathroom.
You gotta think you're having a family, dude. This is up to 4 people, not in just one tiny room. You're gonna have a flat. You're gonna have at least like 2 bedrooms, probably 2 bathrooms, a kitchen.
Nah, it ain't gonna be that big.
Yeah.
There ain't no way they're gonna make it that big.
Yeah.
You gotta think when they do come out with these colony ships and stuff like that, they're not gonna be able to just go big. It's gonna be small, compact, like everything.
No, because you got to think about that stuff. If someone is just crammed in this box for their entire life, they're going to go insane. Something bad will happen eventually. Someone will have some type of mental crisis, go insane, and start killing people on this ship.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody on that ship's going to be drugged. They're going to have, like, I've thought about this before. So whenever we do go into like space exploration and everything, you're going to have to take a pill. And that pill is going to dole down your emotions. That way, like, you don't react violently and all this. And it'll be like the safest way to have people in a box floating through space so they don't go insane. You don't think they're gonna make the people take medication?
Because they will have proper entertainment. You will have your own little flat. You will have like TV and video games and like every video game that ever exists on the planet. The moment that ship takes off is going to have all those games.
Yeah, but we have that now, and there's still people going crazy.
I mean, yeah, but like,
like, you see what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, but like they would do everything they could to prevent that. I think.
Yeah, but they're gonna take the easiest path. It's gonna be way easier to get everybody to take a pill, so you don't have any violent outbreaks or any psychotic moments.
So you think that when we get to the point of making the first ever colony ship, that it's just going to be a fucking rust bucket and people are going to be drugged to not care?
Basically, yeah.
What the fuck, dude? Think
in
of
order-
every spaceship that exists currently or has ever been built. It is like the apex of technology.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just thinking like in the long term run, because they're not gonna have a bunch of people on a ship that might go insane and kill everybody on the ship, and then mission failure. I'm telling you, they're gonna have everybody all drugged up and everything just so they can get to wherever they're going and have the least amount of psychotic moments and stuff. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. And of course, we'll have to wait and see whenever a spaceship gets built. But yeah, I don't know. I just think that's the most logical thing that's going to happen.
I don't agree with your logic, but that's okay. We're two different people.
So I did write a couple more things down.
What you
got? Trump signed an executive order making hospital prices transparent. So now when you go to a hospital, they can no longer like guesstimate or they don't have a price for whatever that you have to get done. So if you say you go to the hospital and you need a MRI CAT scan, they can't just give you that bill at the end. They have to tell you what it costs up front and everything like that. So I mean I think that's going in the right direction, but I still think in order to fix our healthcare and everything, you gotta fix the insurance companies. The insurance companies is what's made everything so fucked up. Yeah, I've watched a lot of videos on it.
I don't know who to blame when it comes to all that, because it's like, okay, doctors make a lot of money. They should make a lot of money for what they do. Hospital equipment is expensive. I mean, it can't be dirty. It can't be malfunctioning. It's got to be, it's got to be good.
Yeah.
So I understand that the price of hospital bills racks up quickly. But then you hear people that have hospital bills that are up in the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Right? Before insurance kicks in. And then insurance kicks in and it drops that $200,000 bill down to like 16,000.
No.
And it's so I don't know who to blame. Is it I mean, insurance sucks, don't get me wrong. I hate insurance, but I don't know I don't know how to fix that situation.
Well, here's the thing, and this is what I've looked into. When you get a hospital bill, it's not a set rate. So what the insurance companies do is they negotiate on your behalf. So for an example, a pint of blood, how much do you think a pint of blood costs? That is given for free. And that they're selling it to the hospital. How much do you think that costs?
$100.
$100?
Yeah.
It's higher.
$1,000.
It's $1,000. $1,000 for a pint of blood. And so, for one, it's given for free.
I mean, that's kind of the point, yeah.
Well, I don't get how that's legal. They're giving blood for free, and then they go and turn around and sell it for $1,000 to the hospital. And then the hospital goes, and whenever you have to get a transfusion or whatever, you get marked up on that bill.
Wait, what does this got to do with insurance?
Let me think here.
Are the insurance companies making things cost so much?
Well, yeah.
So they're the ones that's like this blood bag costs $1,000.
Well, they're the ones who hold the prices for everything.
But wait, you're saying that? But you said that the insurance company is negotiating
The insurance
against the
companies,
hospital. So the hospital gives you a bill. The insurance company's like,
it's kind of like a back and forth thing. So, like, from what I've read into, like, if you go to get an MRI CAT scan,
okay,
all right, so if you tell them, like, all right, I want to pay with cash, $700 cash, all right, and then you're like, all right, well, what about my insurance card? Soon as you say your insurance card and they know you have insurance, you can't pay with cash anymore. You have to use your insurance card. And I watched a video on this, and it was kind of crazy because once you bring in the insurance into it, the insurance can haggle or whatever they want to do, and then instantly that MRI goes from $700 cash to $5,000.
I don't believe that.
I'll,
I don't believe that one bit.
I'll send you a video.
No, I don't believe that at all.
Because the dude wears this camera into a hospital, and he's sitting there asking the doctor whatever, and exactly what I said is what happened. And then he just walked out. I believe there are, as great as America is and everything, our downfall is insurance companies and lobbyists.
I don't believe it.
I do.
I don't.
That's the downfall of it.
I don't know. I like.
That's my opinion. But I've watched a crap ton, and like house insurers and stuff. I watched a bunch of videos on that where they would try to cheat people out of, new roofs and this and that. I went through like a whole stage of anti-insurance for some reason.
I don't know what you're saying. Just does not make sense to me. So because
I can't explain it the way that I seen it.
Because the hospital wants its money, the insurance company wants its money, right? The insurance company does not want to pay the hospital its money, right? Everybody wants to keep their own money. Everybody wants more money somehow in their pocket. So how does the insurance company and the hospital make a fucking blood bag $1,000? How does that come out?
I'll have to send you.
And then how does it come out that like the hospital's like, hey, this MRI is $700 cash, but you're going to use your insurance, which is meant to make that bill go down. Well, it's going to do the opposite and go up. I've never heard of that shit before. I've only ever heard of the opposite because that's the whole fucking point of insurance. You're pissing me off.
I'll have to show you. I'm telling you, like, and insurance isn't all great. Like, there's a reason why nobody likes it.
No, it fucking sucks. Insurance prices are like the main reason people don't like insurance is because you're paying this premium for years and years and years.
Like car insurance.
And then when you go to use it, they're like, fuck you. Your premium is going to go up. And we're not going to pay whatever this is and whatever that is and whatnot. That's what people usually tend to complain about. But then whenever insurance does actually pull through for you, it's like, cha-ching, I don't have to pay this $100,000 bill.
Very rare times that happens. But I would say the majority of the downfall is insurance companies and lobbyists. Definitely lobbyists. Because you'll be surprised at what lobbyists.
You know what I think America's problem is?
What?
Americans.
Okay, how's that?
They're all fucking stupid. God.
I'll say a majority of us. Majority of us pretty dumb. I try my best to keep myself educated, but we'll get there one day. Once we all get our computer chips in our brain.
No, we're gonna get fucking hacked.
We'll all be smart then. We'll all know everything. Would you get one? I think we've talked about this before. Sometimes I say I wouldn't because I'd be scared of, like I said, getting hacked or like losing myself. But then they're like,
I wouldn't want to miss out, dude. Like I'd want to be a part of the crowd.
Like you could be sitting right here and just like playing whatever you wanted.
I mean, I could be playing a porn game right now, having a bitch jumping down on me.
Wow, I don't know about all that now. Oh.
Oh, thank God, we're out of time.
All right.
You want
Wait
to
a minute.
wrap?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I thought I had something else. Four. The rest ain't important. Ah. All right. You wanna? You got anything else you want to say? How you feeling right now?
No, I'm a little fired up, but I'm good.
All right. Yeah. So. Oh, I hate this. Give me a second. Of course. But yeah, guys. So if you need some poor therapy or just want somebody else's opinion or whatnot, feel free to text this number right here that's going on the screen. We'll set it up.
I'm still thinking about the fucking insurance, dude. God,
I'm gonna find those videos and send it to you. It's been a long time since I've went down that rabbit hole though. And I was even watching one dude who owned an insurance company, and he was like telling all the secrets and stuff like he couldn't say when he had it. And it was pretty crazy. But we're not gonna go back down that road.
No, I got a question for you.
All right.
What creature in existence is like, just by looking at it, is innately scary? First thing comes to mind: spiders. Like, there's really no reason to fear spiders, but just from the way that they look, they're creepy, right? But I'm
Yeah,
trying
a
to
little
think.
bit.
I'm trying to think of like what else. If I just saw it for the first time, I didn't know anything about it, right? Because sharks are scary because they can fucking kill you
Yeah.
very easily. Bears are scary because they can kill you very easily. But I'm not like I don't think bears are scary.
An animal.
Another one would be like an earwig.
The fuck is an earwig?
They're around here all the time. They're like little long beetles that have a pincer on the back of them.
Oh, okay.
A centipede. A
Alright.
centipede could be kind of creepy.
You know the cool thing about spiders that learned like
What?
2 weeks ago.
What?
So apparently, because of all the carbon dioxide and
They're
stuff.
getting bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you read that too?
The wife sent it to me.
Okay. Yeah, I was reading that because I was like, what? So in like 100 years, they could be as big as dogs. That'd be scary.
Would you have one as a pet?
Fuck no. I'm not scared of spiders, but I wouldn't have one as big as a dog.
You think people would eat them?
They already eat them now.
I mean, I know, but like, man, would you have like a spider steak?
If they got bigger,
Yeah. Or I mean, you couldn't have a steak because they're mush on the inside.
Yeah.
Would you have a Slurpee? You go up and fucking put a straw,
I'd have to try it first, see if I liked it.
cut open a spider.
I've ate dehydrated spider before.
Yeah, tarantula probably.
I can't remember what it was. I think so. Yeah.
I don't know
I
don't know what all spiders you can eat.
I watched a video one time and they had like a whole basket full of them, and they were alive. And I think it was some might have been the Philippines, maybe they were like Asian or something, and they had this huge bowl of soy sauce or some type of sauce. It was like some type of dark sauce, and the dude would grab a spider, it looked like a stick or something. He'd take and rip the fangs and something off, and then he'd dip it down into the sauce, and it was like, ugh.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess like if you ain't got no chicken or pigs or cows, like that's just what you eat.
Bats. Bats are kind of scary looking. I don't think snakes are scary looking.
I ain't really worried about bats. I caught a bat when I was a kid. I'm trying to think of an animal that I would be scared of. Because I'm not really scared of any animals, really. I mean, now it'd be different if like I seen a bear charging at me or something. Like,
Right, but that's not what I'm asking. The physical features of the creature is what you find like intimidating or scary or
a leech.
really?
Have you ever seen a leech blown up
Yeah.
where they got like the teeth and everything? And just think if that thing was like bigger. I would say a leech.
Hmm.
Because it's got some leeches. I can't remember what species or whatever, but some species got like the prongs that come out from their mouth or whatever, and they grab things and then bring them back in, and then the teeth and stuff. Yeah, I'd be like, oh. Why'd you think of that question?
I don't know.
You just thought of it and it popped in your head?
I was like, why are people scared of spiders? And it's like, why am I scared of spiders? And I'm trying to think like, I mean, only a couple of them can kill you,
Yeah.
but I mean, anything can really kill you. So it's like,
Yeah, depending on circumstance.
so it's like, what the fuck makes them so scary? And it's like, it's the shape and the way it looks.
Yeah.
Right. We can call it. I'm Postman. This is B-Rad. Good night, people.
All right. Yeah, like I said, if you need some poor therapy or somebody's opinion, just
Or you want to talk about how much you fucking hate insurance?
we'll talk about that on the next episode. Text this number. We'll set it up and hope everybody has a good night.
Toodles.
Later.